Namaste, hello, and welcome back to another video on this channel. Now, this is going to be a very special video because I just completed 5 years on BookTube on the 27th of May 2025, and I was waiting for the correct opportunity to make a couple of changes which would mark my 5th year here on BookTube. So two major changes which I'm going to make is that my channel name, which was a Vedic name called Hamsavahini Vajra Astra, is going to change to Papyrus and Parchment. And yes, my name on this channel showed as Hamsavahini Vajrastra, but officially my name is Ahuna. Now, outside the official circles, I'm also popularly known as Bonny, and since the autumn season, or as I like to call the pumpkin season, is my favorite season of the year, so I decided to put or club both the names together, and you can also call me Bonny Pumpkin from here on. So you can either refer to me as Ohona or you could refer to me as Bonny Pumpkin. Both are welcome, and welcome back to Papyrus and Parchment. Now, for this particular video, I have a huge book haul which I recently acquired. In fact, it was just 6 hours ago that I was book shopping with my brother, and I've just collected a tower of books which I would like to share with you. Some of these were releases earlier this year or maybe late last year, which I could not get my hands on. So luckily I could get my hands on these particular books, and there were a few releases which I did find were absolutely new to me. I mean, they have been released in 2025, but I haven't heard about these books at all. So I picked those up as well, and I'm quite excited to get to them. Of course, it won't be exactly during the next 2 months that I'll be getting to them, but a little later on, because I already have a huge reading list piled up for me for September and October, which is going to be a very busy reading month. And we also have the goddess festivals here in this part of the world. So we do have the Durga Puja, which is upcoming later on in September, and we also have our Diwali celebrations coming up during mid-October, so I'll be getting busy with that too. So I'm quite excited with everything that will be going on. So lots of action and lots of fun. So let's get started with the books now. So now let's come around to the books. I do have all of them over here. So the first book which I got my hands on is a non-fiction. It's a recent release. I mean, it's been released this year. I don't know when. But then it's called Economica by historian Victoria Bateman. And this is a global history of women, wealth, and power. And this is the paperback version of this particular book. And this is actually very interesting because it is the untold story of how women made the world wealthy. Humanity's journey from poverty to prosperity is filled with men who have become household names. But how many female entrepreneurs, merchants, and industrialists can you name? Economica places women at the center of the economic growth, starting in the Stone Age and continuing to the present day. It takes the reader through the key economic milestones of the past 12 millennia, from the birth of farming to the advent of computing, all told through the experiences of women as well as men. Historian Victoria Bateman weaves a thrilling, globe-spanning narrative that proves women weren't missing from economic life, they were merely hidden from view. We discover the female workers who helped to build the Great Pyramid of Giza and to plumb the city of ancient Rome, the silk weavers who made a vital contribution to the development of Silk Roads, and the global trader, the women who dominated London's brewing trade in medieval times, and the brave 20th century pioneers who fought to make our economies not just richer, but fairer. So Economica rewrites our understanding of women's role in economy and tells a more accurate economic history of us all. So I did find this very interesting, and of course, I'm not sure if I will be able to participate in Nonfiction November or not, but keeping in mind that I intend to participate in it. Let's see, in case if it is hosted, then of course. But yes, I will probably be getting to this in the month of November, and very interesting. The next book which I have is a book which has been released this year. It's more of a dark academia. I don't know if it's YA or if it's middle grade, but this is known as Neverthorn by Shannon. And I just fell in love with the gorgeous gothic castle over here. This is dark academia. So it says from the back, welcome to Neverthorn Academy, where a bunch of magical school misfits are about to save the world, or more likely die trying. Since dropping out of Neverthorn Academy after the death of her mother, Harlow Dragon has been working as an enchanted jewel thief. The last thing she expects is for the school to make an offer she can't refuse. Come back to Neverthorn and join 7 others with secret magical abilities in House Phoenix. There, they'll be trained in potions, rune casting, and combat. Because Nocta, a powerful dark wizard who has been plaguing the magical realms for decades, has the mortal world in his sights, the students of House Phoenix are all that stand in his way. But Harlow failed at Neverthorn once before, and nothing reminds her of this more than tall, brooding Typhon, Harlow's old classmate and nemesis, who is now the professor tasked with unlocking her own special power. Except Harlow is sure that Typhon and other professors are hiding a dark secret, one she must figure out before Nocta arrives to bring about the end of the world. So, very interesting plot, and I'm not sure this. I think this might be YA, but let's see how this goes. And I actually have not heard about this book. It has been released this year, 2025, and I'm not even sure if this is a debut author. But let's see. I intend to read this. Maybe at the end of this month or maybe next month, but definitely this one is going to be on my list. Next up is Beasts and Beauty, Dangerous Tales by Soman Chainani, and this is, I'm not sure, it probably reads like a graphic novel, but it's not exactly a graphic novel. It's really beautifully illustrated. Let's say it's an illustrated novel, and from the back it reads as, you think you know these stories, don't you? You're wrong. You don't know them at all. 12 tales, 12 dangerous tales of mystery, magic, and rebellious hearts. Each twists like a spindle to reveal truth full of warning and triumph. Truths that free the hearts, long kept tame, truths that explore life and death. A prince has a surprising awakening. A beauty fights like a beast. A boy refuses to become prey. A path to happiness is lost, then found again. New York Times bestselling author Soman Chainani respins old tales into a fresh fabric for a new era and creates a world like no other. These stories know you, they understand you, they reflect you. They are tales for our time, so read on if you dare. So I like the cover as well, and the illustrations are really nice. And so this is the next book which I did pick up. And another book which I had been eyeing for quite some time. In fact, it's not a very recent book, it's an old book, but I never really could come to acquire this book, so I did pick this up the moment I saw it. In fact, my brother picked it up for me, and it is India's Most Haunted by K. Hari Kumar. And from the back it reads as, proceed with caution, this is what nightmares are made of. The dreaded Bangar Fort and its cursed Rani. Rani means queen. The restless spirit of Malabar Hill and its Tower of Silence. Jammu and Kashmir's notorious Khuni Nala, which still claims lives in mysterious road accidents. Now, Khuni Nala means blood. I think it's blood drain. Nala is actually a drain, and Khuni is blood. So I think it's something to do with a stream of river or a haunted river which claims to invite road accidents. And also these are places where the past lingers, making shapes in the moonlight, calling out from the darkness. So K. Hari Kumar actually writes very good horror stories, and he's one of the very loved horror story writer. And I think he's also into filmmaking, and if he's watching this, he'll probably not like that. I don't know, but yes, I think he's a filmmaker as well. But I loved his previous books, and the horror was absolutely, the chill factor or the thrill factor was absolutely amazing. So quite looking forward to this. And the next book that I have is also a release of 2025, but I have never heard about it. And this is Stacey McEwan's A Forbidden Alchemy, a fated pair, a world-changing secret, and an impossible choice. And I love the color combinations in this cover. It's absolutely what I love. Purple and pink and a bit of indigo and the dark side of, let's say, the dark side of purple. So from the back it reads as, all Nina has ever wanted is to become an artisan. All Patrick seeks is a craftsman revolution. Will they choose their greatest desire or each other? Nina Harrow and Patrick Colson are only 12 years old when they are whisked from their disenfranchised mining towns to dazzling Bellevere City to test for magical abilities. Nina's lifelong dream is to become an artisan, a powerful elemental mage who fulfills the city's grand ambitions, while Patrick wants only to reunite with his family of craftsmen in the mines. Together they discover a devastating secret. Artisans aren't born, they are chosen. With this information, they part ways. Patrick returns home while Nina finds a place as one of the rarest, most coveted types of artisan. When a craftsman revolution ignites years later, Nina is captured by Patrick's rebel group and he hasn't forgotten her. In fact, he needs her help for a mission that could shift the tides against Bellevere City. She reluctantly agrees to aid him, battling the sparks between them. But when Nina's first love reappears, asking her to betray Patrick for the artisans, she faces an impossible choice that will determine the fate of their craft. So that's what this book is about. Now, I did pick up this book because I am also trying to participate in a readathon, which I recently stumbled across. I think it started just last year, and it's called Framed in September. So it's all about arts and reading about art and of all forms, and this is a fiction that I wanted to read which is based on art, so that's why I picked it up. But yes, I've never really heard about it, and the premise is quite interesting. So yes, there it is. It's on my TBR, and most probably I'll be reading this month. So the next book is a book which was released, I think, earlier on this year, and this is Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. And I'm not going to read from the back because it was quite popular, and I was trying to acquire the sprayed edges special edition of this, but unfortunately that did not come over, and I just couldn't grab a copy of it. So here I am grabbing this paperback copy, but at least I get to read the book. And the next book which I did pick up is something for my personal reading and fun, because I used to love the word game, or let's say the vocabulary game, which is something which we used to play when we were in school. So I have been out of touch of these small little games which I used to play along with my friends way back in school. So I picked up this book, English Vocabulary. So this is a comprehensive book which I did come across, and I'm not sure if this edition is available elsewhere, but definitely something which I wanted to come back to. So perfect book for me to start off with. And now I'm going to come around with other books which are probably middle grade, and most of these authors are Indian. Now the next book is a middle grade book, and this is called Coastlines by Katia, Balen, and I think this was released last year or maybe early on this year. I'm not sure, but I did miss out because I love reading middle grade. So this is a wild and heartfelt story which we'll remember forever. So Tilda lives on the island of Irie, where everything is familiar, everyone knows everyone, and nothing much changes. For Tilda, it's perfect. Then new boy Albie arrives. Everything Tilda shares about Irie, Albie hates. The quiet, the wilderness, the isolation. But Tilda has one last idea. She'll take Albie to the secret island, the one that Irie kids are forbidden to explore, the one that's haunted. And what they find there will change them both forever. So it's an island book. It's got a haunting in it. So let's see. I might get to this book this month or maybe next month. And the next book which I have is something which I've been seeing on Macy's channel. So Macy from the Bright Side Girl does host a number of readathons, and one of them is Retoldathon. So I have been seeing this from last year. So this is Kalynn Baron's Sleep Like Death, and this is a Snow White retelling, I believe. And I'm not going to read from the back, but yes, I think Kalynn Baron's other book, Cinderella is Dead, was really phenomenal, and I'm quite curious about this one, so let's see where it goes. And the next book which I did pick up is Sunita Pant Bansal's The Illusion of Illusions, the story of Yashodhara, Buddha's wife. So I found this very interesting. So from the back it reads as, The Illusion of Illusion unveils the untold story of Princess Yashodhara, wife of Prince Siddharth of Kapilvastu, known to the world as Buddha. Yashodhara is a passionate, resilient, and fiercely independent woman who endures a 49-year struggle for her own identity, with quiet dignity inadvertently transforming into the Buddha herself. When Siddharth abandons her and their newborn to seek answers for humanity's age-old questions, he believes his quest is for the greater good. But what of Yashodhara and their son? Over the next 6 years, Siddharth becomes the Buddha, but Yashodhara faces her own trials. Did the Buddha's duty to the world outweigh. Okay, I'll just read that out again. Did the Buddha's duty to the world outweigh his duty to his family? Narrated by Yashodhara, this is a story of a silent courage. As a single mother, she exemplifies strength and becomes a role model for her son, displaying remarkable fortitude through life's heart-wrenching moments. So I found this very interesting, and I wonder why I haven't come across this book and why I haven't picked it up. So I'll be reading this very soon. And the next book is also by, I think it's an Indian author, Rakshanda Jalil. And this is Whose Urdu Is It Anyway? Stories by non-Muslim Urdu writers. Now, I had read Urdu, I had studied Urdu as my third language when I was young in my middle school, and that's because my parents had a transferable job, and at that point of time they were posted in Jammu and Kashmir, so Jammu. So their third language was Urdu, so I had chosen Urdu, and I knew, I could read and write Urdu very well, but then once we left Jammu, I was out of touch, and I just remember the alphabets now, and I can't really read Urdu that fluently. But then I found this book very interesting, and these are translated stories of the Urdu language, and let's see where I get from here. And I heard it's actually a very good book. And the next book which I did pick up was Amanda Hocking's Elegy, which I did not come across anywhere on the internet, but I did find this in one corner of the bookshop. So I don't think it's a new book, but or it's a recent release. It's probably an old release, but let's see. So this is a water song novel. An epic battle is about to begin. Gemma's life is slowly being destroyed. Cursed as a siren, she is struggling to escape a destiny of savagery and darkness. She's desperate to break the spell that has turned her into a monster and turn her away from the family and boy that she loves, but the alluring yet lethal sirens Pen, Thea, and the newly initiated Liv have no intention of letting her go. The key to her freedom lies in an ancient scroll. Gemma's quest leads her to to someone who might be able to help, the mysterious and immortal Diana, who cursed Pen and her sisters thousands of years ago. But Diana will not give up her secrets easily, and unless Gemma and her sister Harper can unlock the scroll's powers, then Pen will destroy the two sisters and everyone they care about for good. So yes, it's got a curse. It is about sirens. There is probably a sea witch called Diana, and yes, everything checks off on my list. So yes, I'll probably be getting to this very soon. And another book which was recommended by Macy from the Bright Side Girl was A Taste of Darkness, 13 Chilling Stories to Savor. So let's see, I'm going to definitely be reading this. And the next book which I have is one which I picked up for the readathon framed in September. So this is Harsha V. Dehejia's The Third Eye of Indian Art, Aesthetics as Vedanta. So let's see, this is actually quite interesting. And from the about this book, it reads as: traditional Indian art lends itself to multiple levels of experience, from the creator to the created, from an initial objective sensation to a deeper contemplative subjective experience, from our two outer eyes to an inner or third eye. The third eye of Indian art encourages a rediscovery of India by contemplating its creative vision. While the creation and the enjoyment of beautiful things, or vastu, is central to the Indian world's view, the discourse on Indian art or aesthetics, Saundarya Mimamsa, has suffered because we do not have an independent position on aesthetics and have had to borrow from many traditions to create an aesthetic discourse. This book takes us on an enchanting and blissful aesthetic experience, showing us how to use the third eye to not only recognize and celebrate what is objectively beautiful, but to rest in the inner subjective serene state of beauty. As we taste beauty and experience truth through our third eye, there will be a samaranam, or a remembrance of who we really are. So that was quite an interesting premise that I did find. So let's see, I will be reading this, and I'll be talking about this book more towards the end of September after I finish it. And the last book which is on my list is an anthology of 20 werewolf stories. Now this is something which I really was looking forward to, and this has been edited by Souvik Chakraborty, and these are 20 blood-curdling werewolf stories by a score of eminent authors, including the likes of Arthur Conan Doyle, Ambrose Bierce, Robert E. Howard, and H.R. Wakefield. I think they're all Victorian. Bar your doors, load your guns with silver bullets, because it is full moon and a pack of howling, ravenous shapeshifters are coming for you. So I'm just going to check. I think all of them are Victorian, and if this is so, I might just include this for Victober. Quite interesting. 20 short stories. Let's see. And having said all this, I will also be following the chart, or let's say the bingo board, the fall book bingo board, which has been very kindly created by Macy from The Bright Side Girl. And this is a bingo board that she created with 25 prompts to go through for the entire spooky season. So here, this is the bingo board. I just printed it off, and it's got 25 prompts, so I'll be reading one book per prompt. And of course there are a few books which fulfill at least 6 to 7 prompts, but yes, the whole objective is to make this last for from September through November. So let's see, I will be picking up a book for every prompt, and it looks quite fun. So also there is her Not So Scary Readathon, which is upcoming, and of course I'll leave a link to the announcement video in the description box below, and leave a link to it in the overhead cards above over here, so that you, in case if you are interested, you definitely can join in. So because she does have a lot of photo challenges on Instagram apart from reading, and you can read almost anything, but the photo challenges make it very interesting, because there's this whole theme thing which comes, and it's very interesting to see how the theme actually helps us to read and encourages us to read. So I absolutely love creating for the photo challenges, and I try to make it into a short and share it on BookTube as well, so that we can actually share the creative ways in which we can actually look at a book or approach a book. So that is something that I'll be doing this September. So there'll be more upcoming this month, and I hope you all enjoyed the books that I shared with you. I know this has been a very long video, and usually I do tend to go for shorter videos, but then because I was vlogging after such a long time, and I just wanted to go for it, and I wanted a nice long video after say almost a year. So I think the last long video that I did make was last year, and after that it has all been short videos. So anyway, that's all I have for you today, and I hope I will be able to keep up with the vlogging. If not the vlogging, definitely there will be something or the other of what I'm reading in the short section, so you can definitely cross check with that. Or in case if there's any other thing which I missed and I wanted to notify, I will leave that in the post section. So do let me know what you think about these books, and if you would like to buddy read any of these books with me, just let me know or drop a note in the comment section below, and I will get back to you and we will discuss where we can and how we can go about it. So with that, I will be wrapping up this video. That's all I have for you today, and I'll be back next week with another video. So till then, take care, have a good reading week ahead, and namaste.